Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Industry Show. Actually, this is our 15th show that we have recorded here at the Miami Community Newspaper. And with me today, I have Michael Miller here at the Miami Community Newspaper. Welcome, Michael Miller. How are you doing today?
Good, Ernie. Thank you so much for doing this and being here. And we'd love to hear about Level 5 HVAC. So tell us about that.
Yes, well, today I'm here to say that in previous shows, we've been here speaking about starting our new program with Level 5 HVAC, and it finally came to life. And that's what I'm here to show and explain to our viewers. Level 5 is a concept that came because we actually have an HVAC supply business called HVAC Providers, which you all well know.
And HVAC stands for?
Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
Okay.
So basically, we train and certify engineers, architects, and contractors, that's HVAC contractors, in the products that we represent, like York, Bosch, and leading manufacturer brands.
So these folks can go to your office.
Yes.
And they can learn all about that product. So when they go into people's homes, they're going to be able to help them, or businesses.
That is correct. They can have the knowledge and be able to troubleshoot better, more efficient, and be able to be cost effective to be able to replace, the part or even change out an equipment, and also use the proper application. Because remember, we don't rule of thumb jobs, right? We go in and we engineer projects. That's the way that we go about our business. So that being said, through the grapevine, we've been elaborating with other institutions that took HVAC providers, and we trained their students, which was the FIU deal that we did, and which was an amazing opportunity because we took students from FIU, we trained them, certified them in this NCCER program, which was core and level 1 HVAC, and they got a job in the HVAC industry.
So people called up FIU. This is a couple of years ago. They said,
"That's correct.
Here's what we have. We have a construction certificate, and then there's certain disciplines in between that."
That is correct.
So heating, HVAC,
right,
plumbing, electrical.
Right. So it's MEP, right? Mechanical, which includes plumbing, electrical, and mechanical.
So people go there. You have different teachers.
Yes.
And then they go along that. How long was that course?
Right. It was a 8-month course, and they were completing a core and level 1.
And so then FIE calls you and go, "Listen, Mr. Ernie, we're no longer able to offer that because
program." Right.
And you said,
"I'm here.
I'll do that. I'll
take
do
over."
that.
That's right. And these are business opportunities that we need to take advantage of, and it was a stepping stone for us, and we're very grateful for having had that program.
So you went from just if you will selling wholesale, right, to training people that would put in that equipment,
yes,
to now offering classes, right, that are really certified by its national organization.
That is correct. And all comes about because, again, when I started early in this business, I'm a product of the vocational school as well. So having that experience, right, myself being a student in the classroom, having a supply store for more than 20 years, I already educated students for other institutions, right, and they're all working right now. We decided to go ahead and take up the program ourselves, and that's when Level 5 HVAC came alive.
Okay. So I remember going down to one of your classes that you were offering. Those weren't the students, but those were wholesalers. They were there, and I thought it was really intriguing. Right. That it was there, and they had opened up the equipment for the particular product.
Right.
And so they would learn that.
Right.
So just out of you learned how to process this by FIU, and now you have students that find you for a variety of ways, including directly with you, or they go through
NCCER.
NCCER, they go to the website, they say, "Listen, I want to go down to Miami. I live in Miami. Who's offering your certificate program?"
Right.
And they wind up at you.
Right. So the idea is individuals, students that are either finishing high school last year, or going to finish high school this coming year. We welcome them to come into a program where they could do these classes for no more than 8 months, be able to get a certification and get a job and be able to make money.
So these classes offered during the day or evening or what?
Yes. Well, the core class, which is going to be starting in about a week. It's Monday, Wednesday class from 6 to 9, so it's 3 hours twice a week. And on Saturdays, we have the exams.
So Ernie, you're saying people can have their regular jobs. They're going to go to night school, essentially,
Yes,
all right,
exactly.
2 nights a week.
Right.
And then on Saturday, you give them an exam for what they've learned during that week.
Right. Every week, what we do is we have, since we taught this already, we already know how the system works and what works best for the student. And before, we used to tell the student, listen, go home, study, do your work. But again, everyone has such a busy life, right? They would come back, sit in the class, and they wouldn't do good in the test. So what we do is I've broken this down where the student comes in, and the first 45 minutes, they do lecture in class. So we're sure that they're studying in class. We're monitoring them, and at the same time...
You say that again, that they who does the lecture?
They sit in the class with their books, and they read the lecture and the module coming up for that week. Right. Before, we used to tell them, take the book home and read. They came back to the class on the draw board.
Boss man, we forgot to read.
Yes. The kids, a lot of commotion in the house going on.
Professor? What do they call you?
They call me a lot of things. Director, professor. I wear too many hats. But I really enjoy because it's motivating. It's inspiring the new generation. We need to inspire the new generation, letting them know that there are opportunities.
You mentioned about high school. Those high school graduates, or some of the kids are in high school and they're taking these classes?
Yes. Right out of high school, we could take students, any student that's over actually 16 years old, we could take them as a student. We have secondary and post-secondary students. So we have adult students, and we have also young students that go to high school, and then they come to our programs in the evening.
So you went to one of these type of schools?
Yes, I went to...
It was a long time ago. A really long time
ago, yes.
And so you took these classes,
yes.
And so why don't you share with us, after you finished the classes, what did you wind up doing?
Well, I went to school, and they called us back then, I don't know if you remember, they used to call us an early bird, that we went into school early, had work experience, because I had to work, so in order to keep things going. So I figured it out at an early age, okay? My parents had no means, okay? So there's no excuse out here that I have to take a bus, I have to take a cab. Well, now you have Uber, there's internet, there's much more access, right? Before, I had to take a yellow cab or a bus, right? To get from point A to point B.
And you did that?
And I did that, of course. Right across the street from my house, there was a bus stop, and I used to take it and get from point A to point B.
And how old were you when you were doing that?
I was 16, 17 years old.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And so I'm a product of the vocational school from Dade County. I went to Miami Senior High, and I graduated there with the vocational program. And right after that, I went to work for a supply house. So I've always gone into sales in this business. Once you learn the basics, you could do export, you could do sales, you could work in a parts counter. Actually, we have 2 of our students working in different supply houses.
What a great way for a new person to learn. Mm-hmm. Go in, and then they have buyers, meaning the installers, yes, going there. I need this part, this part, this part. And you go look it up and you say, here it is.
Right. But to do that, you have to have knowledge.
Yes.
And you have to know what the product does, how it works, the voltage. There's a lot to it. And if you really want an industry that is proven, right, when there's a hurricane, when there's any pandemic, any type of worse situations, this is when we're making the most money. And actually, we are second responders. So if you're an HVAC contractor, if you want to become an HVAC contractor, you have a business card, and during a hurricane or a pandemic, you can actually drive around, because we're considered second responders due to health care, right? We have elderly in health, they need HVAC.
Certainly in the top half a dozen things we need besides oxygen, you have electricity.
We need HVAC.
All right. And then all of a sudden you go, yeah, the electricity is working, but it's 89 degrees in the office and nobody wants to work.
That is correct. So we are second responders. And again, we are proven that this business, when the economy is at its worst, we're at least hanging on. So again, I want to encourage parents, right, that may have a nephew, a son in their early 20s that really don't know which way to go now. Send them our way. We could interview with the student, give them an opportunity, come in, sit in one of our classes, which are going to start next week. go to level5hvac.com. The registration is there available online. You could register or give us a call. My number is listed there on the website, 305-879-2994. And again, I want to bring up at this moment the NCCER program, because we teach a curriculum that it's a national certification that the student will receive once they finish each of those levels. And we have that website coming up here, and as you could see, these are the different centers that offers this program, and these are the participants that have participated in the graduates that are being recognized as being one of the graduates.
The people that own the HVAC businesses, they are familiar with the NCCER, right?
Yes, yes.
And they go, well, if you graduated from there, you're on.
You're on, right. And then basically what you do is the student will get a card with their name that identifies who they are, and each time they finish their level, meaning core is where they start first, it goes into this card, and it's nationally recognized.
If something occurred for the student and he couldn't quite, if he finished part of the module, he could come back later, the second set or third or whatever it happens to be.
That is correct.
But it doesn't have to be 8 consecutive months. Do I have that right?
Yes. Yeah. And of course, once they finish core, which it takes them about 2 to 3 months to finish one of these levels, because we do 50% in the classroom, and then we also do 50% hands-on.
Hands-on, out in the field.
Out on our shop. In the shop. Yes. So they get to learn, and then once we finish core, then we go into level 1 HVAC.
All right.
Once they finish all those levels, then they go to level 2, 3, and 4.
And how can you help them get a job when they're finished? How's that process?
So yes, we're working with several companies that are supporting these programs, and they are filling out these applications. The students, once they finish the program, they'll fill out an application where the contractors in the local area that are looking for work, for hire, they'll be hired to do this. And that is with CareerSource. Have you heard of CareerSource?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we are working, trying to get things up and running with CareerSource. We were in an interview with them last week.
Rochelle, did we just have him here?
Yeah. Yes. So we are working, Maritza, right?
Who was the gentleman?
Well,
yeah, Rick Beasley.
Okay, well, I spoke to one of their behind-the-scenes office workers, and they're helping us set up Level 5 as one of their, as you know what they do.
Yes.
So they help the community and get students certified. They have to first be approved through their center as a student, and then once they're approved as a student, they'll get even paid to go to work. So it's a very good program that we're trying to put in place.
That's wonderful. So think back 10 years. I know we just have a couple of minutes
here.
Think back 10 years.
Yes.
Did you say to yourself, I think one day we're going to be educators. We're going to help people figure out what they want to do, and we're going to teach them, and they'll be able to take care of their families.
I thought of that with HVAC providers, teaching the engineers, contractors, because that's what we've always done, but not teaching students right out of high school. I never thought of it, but listen, there's a new hat that I had to wear, and it's Level 5 HVAC. The students actually get a shirt, they get a hat once they enroll in the program. We don't have 30, 40 students in a classroom, so it's very limited to 10 students.
So it's personal attention.
It's personal attention, yes. You'll get your money's worth.
And your job is get them to learn this information, be able to pass the test, be able to help them get their jobs.
Right. And again, my say in Level 5 is we train you as a tech, and we're going to build you as an entrepreneur. Because the idea with Level 5 is teaching you as a tech, but one day making you a contractor.
It's wonderful. I think that's about it, Ernie.
Well, I think that I want to bring, always that I come here, I want to bring something new to the table, right?
Yes.
I don't want to be boring. I want to bring a message that really counts. So I'm asking for everyone out there that is looking for an opportunity to grow. Maybe you want to change jobs, whatever it may be. You want to help someone in your family, a friend. Send them our way, and we'll get them in the program.
And you're gonna personally talk to them.
And I'll interview them, and I'll get them in the right track.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Miami
Ernie,
Community Newspaper.
Thank you so much.
For the opportunity. Thank you, behind the scenes. for your help, and hope to see you guys soon with better news next time.
Okay. Appreciate you making a difference. Again, folks, thank you for joining us, and have a great day, and be sure to take care of yourselves and your family. Bye now.